Rossi is one of the great names in Brazilian firearms manufacture. Now, the guns today come from Brostech, which is in partnership with Taurus. And Rossi revolvers, of course, were imported by Interarms for years, but also Rossi carbines. Rossi's been making lever-action guns for a very long time, most of which are based on the Model 92 and pistol calibers, but the gun we have here today is different. This is actually the R95 from Rossi, and it's chambered in .30-30 Winchester. With the demise of US-made Winchesters and then with Marlin's restructuring, there was a big gap in .30-30s filled by companies like Henry, but Rossi's in this business now too. And when you look at the gun, of course, it's a traditional lever-action rifle. It's got a locking bolt that extends from the lever, locks into the back of the bolt. So this is very much like a simplified Marlin. It's a 5-round capacity tubular magazine under the barrel, steel construction. You've got walnut stained hardwood, and it's really a good looking gun. It looks like classic American-made lever actions, but of course it comes from Brazil. And of course, to operate the gun, you have to cock the hammer, which will strip a round up out of the magazine onto the follower and then into the chamber. You'll see there's a cross-bolt safety here, and pushing it to the right disengages the safety and allows the gun to fire. Now, if you have a cocked hammer and a round in the chamber and you want to unload the gun, you can simply push the safety, and you can see it's got a red ring, over here to the right, and then safely drop the hammer. With that cross-bolt fully engaged, safety on, the hammer cannot fire the gun. Now also, you have a small button here that if that is not fully depressed, if you don't have it all the way, that means the gun's not fully locked and you can't fire the gun. And it doesn't take a lot of tension to hold this lever in so that you can fire, but it's just another nice safety feature. Now, one of the great things about lever actions is they have really good triggers. And I must say, for a gun as affordable as this, it's actually quite a nice trigger pull. You look at the finish work on the gun, you've got a little bit of polish to the barrel, a matte receiver. It's a nice looking gun, but it's still a little utilitarian, especially with the wood. You do have stippling on the beaver tail style forend and at the wrist of the stock. It's topped by a rubber recoil pad, a pretty substantial one, I might add. And then for sighting on this gun, you have a very traditional buckhorn rear sight that has a sight elevator. And the way you make elevation adjustments is you simply lift it up and then shift it to make adjustments there. You have a replaceable front bead sight. There's no brass bead on the back of it, but actually it's very practical. That said, this is a side eject in the Marlin style, and the top of the receiver is flat, and it's drilled and tapped, so if you want to put a scope on this gun, you absolutely can. This is an affordable rendition of the classic lever action rifle, and really, for the money, it's a pretty nice gun.
For more on firearms and shooting gear, go to AmericanRifleman.org.